It's a different category of activity than normal cycling. Probably the best investment I made in the last couple of years. It's the main way I get around London. So many mornings, or I can vividly remember being stuck between stations on the Northern Line, and you're just sitting there for 20 minutes in silence, packed with people. That, to me, is the worst feeling ever. My name's Anders. I am Canadian. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I've lived in London 10 years now. London has everything you need. Culture, energy, you can get everywhere. There's just nowhere like London in the world, just the energy of it. So I love cycling, but I would not consider myself like a Lycra kind of cyclist. I've done a couple triathlons, so I do like being on a bike, but I don't find myself cycling in central London a lot. It stresses me out. In London, we have the Uber bikes, the Lime and the Jump bikes. I think that was probably the first e-bike I rode. I remember just getting the app, jumping on one of those, and be like, "Whoa, this is a game changer." I think for me, the purpose of the e-bike wasn't to get a workout. It was more just to get around town and maybe use it for commutes that I wouldn't otherwise use a bike for. So criteria was more just stability, range, speed, and comfort, really. So this is my bike. It's a Tern HSD. It's stable. You can probably see the tires are a bit thicker than a normal bike. You get on this thing and you feel almost like you're on a scooter. It's super comfortable. The shocks are really smooth. I actually have a seat that goes on the back. So if I want, I can put a person on the back. Probably not someone as big as me, but most females fit on the back. I just feel like riding in London, lots of potholes and uneven terrain. This thing just kind of glides right over it, and just the stance of it too. I also like that it's kind of an upright stance, so I can see over the cars. It definitely feels safer than riding a bike in London. What's cool about it is the handlebar actually folds down. So the beauty of that is you can take it to the pub, if you're going on a night out, and lock it up, and at the end of the night just chuck it in the back of a cab. The other thing about it is if you live in a small flat in London, it actually flips up on its back. So that will sit in the front of your flat, not take much room. After learning about Fully Charged, because there was a lockdown, you go on the website, booked an appointment. So I came in, the staff was ready to see me. I tried out, I think 4 or 5 bikes. And actually I was pretty lucky to have the one I wanted on site. I rode off with it same day. I wanted to buy the bike from a shop, so if anything happens to it or I need service, I can just ride it there. I say, "Listen, can you help me?" And it's there, as opposed to one of these kind of online direct to consumers where I wouldn't know where to fix it. If anyone's considering getting an electric bike, I would say for sure try a few. It's a different category of activity than normal cycling. I think most people don't appreciate that. Probably the best investment I made in the last couple of years. No regrets. I chose the right one. It's the main way I get around London.